Greetings! Quick video. So, there is the issue of cheesing speed plays with double tapping and 3-key methods after the speed buff. While double tapping is universally shunned upon, 3 keys seems to have a small but vocal backing, so I thought I would say a few words on the debate myself. The issue with using 3 keys is that it is an entirely different method of doing streams than regular streaming with 2 inputs. This is pretty much like the touchscreen issue, as the absolute difference in aiming made it incompatible with our PP system. Using 3 keys to execute streams also makes it incompatible with how we measure skill in our PP system. For example, the execution of triplets requires an inherently different way of thinking about triplets in the first place. This makes PPv2's way of rating triplets, let alone speed plays, entirely incorrect if 3 or more keys are used. Some people brought up the counter-argument that higher quality gear such as 144Hz monitors or tablets over mouse is the same issue by this logic. This is just silly if you think about it, as none of these devices make the core gameplay different. The higher refresh rate doesn't allow you to get input from other sources than your eyes. Similarly, you still have to drag your hardware to aim with a tablet, regardless of absolute positioning. Another counter-argument is the existence of tappix and alternating. However, the PP system expects us to use 2 inputs for execution, no more. Alternating and tappix stay within this limitation. They are only a more optimal way to execute certain patterns within the PP limitations of skill measurement. Whether they worth the hassle to learn is another question. Finally, let's look at double tapping. While it is within the limitation of 2 keys, PP's speed values strictly measure finger alternation on streams. Tapping movement on 2 keys isn't meant to be used to execute streams. No amount of accuracy nerfing will change that, even if theoretically you can eliminate 95% of all double tapped plays this way. Double tapping circumvents speed, so it should be directly punished by speed. Some might say that alternating circumvents single tap speed too by this logic, but you have to remember that we were given 2 inputs to utilize. There is no clear boundary where single tap stops and streaming starts, so it is unfeasible to place restrictions on alternating and similar methods. Besides, have you tried alternating the same way as you stream? It doesn't really work that way. I get what people mean when they say that 3 key is easier so it should be banned, but that itself isn't a convincing way to explain why it is outside the boundaries of how we measure streaming skill. This issue isn't how hard these different types of execution feel. It is more about whether they fall outside the boundaries of skill measurement with PP. By objectively looking at the issue, we can set boundaries to what is allowed and what is not, which means there are no room for subjective interpretation of skill. While I wouldn't go as far as to ban people for this, detecting double tapped and 3 key plays and making them unranked is a fairly straightforward solution. However, even touchscreen detection isn't perfect, so someone might need to contribute their own cheese detection code. Anyhow, the bottom line is, if you want to compete within the PP system, you have to stay within the boundaries of how PP measures skill. There is no point in talking about fairness here, as skill measurement should be as objective and accurate as possible. That's about it this time. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I told you so. See y'all later.